In this video, you are going to learn how you can build a one-person business and scale it to $10,000, $20,000 per month, and even beyond. Now, since it's probably the first time you and I meet, why should you listen to me? My name is Fred, and 5 years ago, I only had $400 in my bank account. I initially started by selling done-for-you services online to help agency owners, coaches, and consultants to book more meetings. And then I transitioned into consulting, and nowadays, I make upwards of $1,000 per day, and most of it is profit. On this channel, I'm sharing with you my journey as an entrepreneur, but also step-by-step strategies so you can become financially free. You have to realize that we've never had such a crazy opportunity to make money from the comfort of your home. As we speak, there's plenty of 20-year-olds, they make $10,000 per month, $20,000 per month, even more, just because they started a one-person business model. So just for context, you have to remember, a few decades ago, if you wanted to become financially free, be your own boss, start your business, you could only open up a brick-and-mortar business. So a gym, a hair salon, a restaurant, some kind of a shop. But in order to be able to do that, you needed a lot of startup capital, at least $100K. So let's to say, coming up with $100K or even $300,000, $1 million to open up your first business venture back then was extremely difficult, especially if you were in your 20s or even in your 30s. So starting a business was still reserved to a small privileged elite. Nowadays, pretty much anybody can start a one-person business online for a minimal cost, which is why the number one thing you need to understand is that if you want to make this work, you need to sell services, not physical products. Please forget about selling physical products. Forget about business models like dropshipping or Amazon FBA or even print on demand, because most people lose a lot of money with those. Back in 2019-2020, with one of my friends, we decided to try dropshipping. So we found a winning product, which was basically a trendy product, and we did that by spying on the competition's top performing ads, because we figured if they were spending a lot of money, surely it made sense, like they wouldn't keep spending money if they weren't profitable. So we decided to sell a flat squeeze mop. I built an entire Shopify store around it, and I created my first Facebook ads campaign. So I clicked on the button to launch the ad when it was all done, and then I went to have dinner, and when I came back to my room, only 30 minutes later, I noticed on my phone dozens of WhatsApp notifications from my friend. He was going crazy because we had gotten a sale. And now sure, we had only made $50, but at the time for me, it really showed me, wow, I could do some work in my bedroom and make money online. Like, it was insane, because if you could do that, I realized you could make money from anywhere in the world and be completely financially free. Now the problem is, we spent close to $3,000 in total. We spent something like $200 on ads, and then we spent more and more money, and we only made $50. So as you can see, it wasn't exactly worth it. And the truth is, when you try to sell physical products, not only are profit margins extremely small, between 5 to 20% typically, but on top of that, that kind of business comes with a lot of costs, because you typically need to run paid ads, and if you can't invest a few $1,000s per month, yes, you heard that right, per month, at the bare minimum, you will most likely not be profitable. So not only would you need at least $10,000 to properly start a product-based business, even more than that in reality, but you would have no guarantee of spending your money on ads or products and then getting that money back, having a return on your investment. So you could lose 10K just like that. But on top of that, you would have to face plenty of issues. You'd have to deal with shipping problems, lost orders, stolen orders, low profit margins, like I said, manufacturers literally disappearing overnight sometimes because they stop selling the product, and now you need to find a new supplier, and sometimes it can be extremely difficult to do that. But also, you can't really charge high ticket prices. You're not going to sell something for $1,000 or above. So in order to make 10K per month, you would need a lot of sales. So it's hundreds of people you need to convince every month to give you their money. And believe me, that's not easy to do. But instead, when you sell services or consulting, you can charge high ticket prices, typically between $500 up to $5,000. And some offers, they sell for $10,000 and even more. The big pro of this business model is that you only need a handful of customers to be able to quit your job and go all in on your business. And you can really make life-changing money. 10K per month, 20K per month, even 100K per month. As we're speaking, I'm still in the process of scaling my business, and I'm aiming for 100K per month. Now the good news is that most of it is profit. So with dropshipping, if you made $10,000 in revenue, in profit, you would only keep $500 up to $2,000. Honestly, may as well get a job if it's to get such small profit margins and to deal with so much headache. And of course, technically speaking, you could make 100K per month, even $1 million per month with an e-commerce brand. But to get to the point where you make that much money with an e-com brand, it's extremely difficult, and you need to invest probably hundreds of thousands of dollars into your brand at this point. Now when you're selling services or doing consulting, you also do truly gratifying work that genuinely changes people's lives, and so it feels incredible. When I have some of my students come to me and tell me, you changed my life, I will forever be grateful to you, now I'm making 10K per month. Or when somebody tells me, look, I've signed my first customer and he's paying me 1K per month, 2K per month, this is insanely gratifying, because not only have I been able to make this process work for myself, but also for other people. I know that lots of people think that success is just all down to luck or chance or circumstances or whatever, but what I've discovered is that sure, these things matter, I'm not going to bullshit you, but at the same time, if you follow a proven step-by-step process, there's no reason as to why it wouldn't work for you. And I have plenty of people who come to me on a weekly basis, and they often tell me they've tried dropshipping before, but they only lost money. Now when it comes to selling services or consulting, it's with this business model I've seen the most amount of people go from having a job making a few $1,000s per month, even making no money, to making 10, 20, 30k per month, even 50k per month. Now I want to bust down a big myth that is preventing a lot of people from getting started. A lot of people seem to think you need to quit your job to be able to start your business, but truthfully, depending on your situation, it wouldn't be a smart move to do that. And some people, they come to me, they only have 1 hour a day to invest on building their business, but it's much better than not doing anything at all. If you can invest at least 7 hours per week in the right thing, you can get ahead of 99% of people, because at least you don't have to waste any time figuring out what to do on your own. Now you get the proven step-by-step process, and all is left to do is to just execute on it. That's it. Because you can try to build your business on your own and to figure it all out alone, but you'd probably need to watch hundreds of YouTube videos and you won't really get much value out of it. And I can tell you for a fact, when I invested in myself, I worked with mentors, I joined the training programs. The thing I learned in these programs, I couldn't have found them on the internet for free. And there's one program in particular that completely changed my life. It taught me how to sell, how to improve my mindset, how to come up with an offer, and everything I needed to succeed. But a lot of people who come to me, they tell me they fear not having enough time to build their business. But the thing is, if something really matters to you, you need to find a way to make time for it. Like I said, even if it's only 1 hour per day during weekdays and let's say 3 hours per day on the weekend, well, if you want to become financially free, it's not going to happen on its own. You have to be willing to make sacrifices. You have to be willing to do uncomfortable things. Otherwise, you'll never get there. That's the harsh reality. But on this channel, I promised to give you raw, honest advice and to tell you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear. So to help you, I have recorded a free training in which I'm going to share with you how I make upwards of 1k per day with my own consulting business. And I'm also going to reveal the only 3 activities you need to focus on if you want to make serious money, 10, 20k per month, even more. And on that same page, you will also be able to see client testimonials, or you can also directly apply to book a call with me or my team if you want us to help you to build a profitable business so you can become financially free and be able to quit your job. All of the links will be in the description. Now, in order to make this work, you need to pick a niche. And contrary to popular belief, a niche isn't just real estate agents or plumbers or e-commerce brands. The way we define a niche is by finding a group of people who shares similar interests, pain points, desires, and needs. So for instance, instead of simply targeting real estate agents as your niche, we would target a 2.0 niche, which would be something like real estate agents who want to get more deals for a specific type of transaction. Or to give you a B2C business to consumer example, this could be men in their 30s who want to overcome a drinking addiction. And your job as a service provider or consultant is to help your niche to fix the problem that they have. And that's exactly why my clients as well as myself are able to charge high ticket prices, because we truly change people's lives. Now, once you know which niche you want to work with, you need to become obsessed with your niche and do as much research as you can about them. A lot of people, they do this backwards. They stop at the first stage because they think, oh, but I have no skills, I have nothing to teach, so I can't start my business. And that's where most people give up. But being an entrepreneur, it's literally facing problems and then finding a solution, and that's it, moving forward. And oftentimes, people actually have an expertise, a skill, or something that they could teach, but they don't even realize it in the first place. But let's say you really didn't have any skills and any experience. What should you do then? Should you just give up on your dream to have a profitable business? Absolutely not. First, what you need to do is to find a market, a niche, discover their problems, their pain points, their desires, and then you go ask them what they want and you give it to them. To give you an example, when I started my done-for-you lead generation service in 2022, I had no idea of how to book meetings for my clients. But as we're speaking, yesterday I booked 10 new meetings for my own business. So it's a skill I've been able to master, even though almost 3 years ago, I had no idea of how to book meetings with my ideal customers. And the more meetings you book, the more money you're gonna make. The more conversations you have with people, the more clients you're gonna get, and the more people you're going to help to impact their lives positively. So yes, we've never had such incredible opportunities to make money from the comfort of your home. Literally, I mean, for all you know, I could be recording this video in my pajama pants, you wouldn't even know it. So it gives you a lot of comfort. You can literally make money from anywhere in the world, you could travel whenever you want. But at the same time, you can't expect that such an opportunity doesn't have its downsides. And the downside of this opportunity is that you need to do things you're uncomfortable with doing. Sometimes I'd much rather just stay in bed and watch Netflix as opposed to taking sales meetings. But I do it because it makes me money, but on top of that, it changes people's lives. So there's no reason not to do it. And you can't expect to make 10k per month, 20k per month if you're not willing to do things you're not used to, things which are uncomfortable, if you're not willing to overcome your limiting beliefs and your fears. Now, a crucial piece of advice you need to really understand is that we want to sell your service or product before we build it. And there's actually 2 reasons as to why. The first is to avoid wasting your time time building a product that nobody actually cares about and that nobody ends up buying, because that is a huge waste of your time. Sometimes I see people spending 6 months trying to build a pretty Scroll community and then nobody buys it. And if you sold something like a Scroll community for $20 per month, you would need hundreds of people to actually make a decent income. High ticket sales are much better. And on top of that, when you get to speak to people, you reach out to them or you speak to them on a meeting, you actually get to understand who they are, what they want, what their goals are, where they are currently, what they've tried before, what worked and what didn't work. And most importantly, they will tell you exactly what they want and you can give it to them. It's literally that simple. Yet plenty of people, they like to think that business has to be this extremely complex thing, and so they never get started because they're too busy worrying about what could happen in the distant future. They're worrying about service delivery or failed payments or whatever when they haven't even started reaching out to potential customers or making content to attract their ideal customers. Now, when you're doing consulting, there are 2 service delivery methods I personally teach my clients. You can sell services, so if you have a skill, let's say web design, video editing, or even other things, you could sell that as a service and do it yourself. Or you could leverage remote contractors to provide any service even if you don't know how to do it yourself. And that is extremely powerful because it frees up a lot of your time, so you can focus most of your time on getting attention, visibility for your business and closing new clients. And at some point, if you want to scale your business, you will need a team. You won't be able to do it all alone. And then the other way to help your customers to get what they want is to coach them, to consult them. So you would typically teach people how you've done what they want to achieve as well. You could be giving them access to a course, and on top of that, give them weekly Q&A calls or private one-on-one support. That's exactly what I do with my clients, and I've found it gets people the best results. So look, you need to make a choice now. You're free to take all the valuable information I gave you in this video and to go ahead and implement it on your own. So sometimes all you need is to fix one small thing and then your entire business flourishes. But if you're all alone, you won't know what that one thing is because you have no one to show you, look, you're making this mistake and that mistake is costing you thousands of dollars per month. So if you want to discover how I make upwards of 1K per day, I invite you to check out the free resources in the description below or to directly apply to book a call with me or my team, and we'll see if you qualify for working with us closely. That being said, if you found this video helpful, share it with a friend, and together, let's blow up this YouTube channel to empower more ambitious individuals to become financially free. And when we get to 100,000 subs, I will be giving away $10,000.